Teach 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em off the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
Yes, that's what's going on. You have, for one reason or another reason, I don't know why you did, but you did. Maybe because you got in trouble by your mother and you're being punished, because that happens sometimes too. But you have tuned into the Pepper Stewart Show. You did.
Or maybe they just want to see my big, sexy, smiling face.
I don't think that's it, but
Probably not.
We'll find out. We'll find out about that. Did you kill my sound over there?
No, nothing to know of, but I'm not hearing anything. I can now. I had to go all the way up to 10.
Maybe you turned me down over there.
I don't think.
Oh, look at that. Sound like Tex saying, turn me down. Tex is married, by the way. That's why he's not here. Everybody wants to know where he's at, and everybody also said, stop saying by the way so much. But you're tuned in here tonight. We got stuff going on. We're going to talk to people. We've got some people tonight. We've got some guests for you guys that you are going to enjoy. We've got, I can't even tell you what we've got. I'm just going to tell you. We're going to talk to people tonight. It's going to be good. It's going to be good stuff.
It's going to be a hot show. Bucket hot show. It's going to be great. Of course, I'm here. Pepper's here. It can't get any better than that. But our guests are amazing. Tell them about it, Pepper.
Man, we've got in the lineup tonight. We're going to talk to Cassandra Seienfeld, which I have trouble saying names for some reason. Cassandra Seienfeld. We're going to talk to her. She's up in New York. She does a lot of good stuff up there. We're going to talk to her. And then we're also going to talk to the Witty Farmer. If you're not on the interweb on the Twitterverse, the Witty Farmer. Jenny Sauer. I probably said her name wrong. She's probably laughing at me because I said it wrong. But I'm bad with names. I learned that Saturday night at Mesquite. Saturday night at Mesquite, I have trouble saying names sometimes. And I get them wrong. And people get upset when I get them wrong. But hey, that's what happens. If you didn't make it out to Mesquite Championship Rodeo, get out there. Check out the rodeo action. The rodeo runs all season until August 25th. So be out there. I was there for a while in June doing some broadcast stuff while I'm out there. Did some rodeo recaps for Wrangler Network for the month of June. The month of July, I have passed the baton on to the next one. And they're going to be bringing it to you. So other than that, rodeo stuff happens in Mesquite, Texas. So get out there, fill the stands, and enjoy some good rodeo action here in Texas. Because Mesquite's not like it used to be. You know, it's not like it was back in the 80s. It's not like it was back in the 90s. It's a whole different atmosphere out there. So just get out there and
take it in, see what it's all about.
That's it. Just go watch the rodeo. It's 100 degrees outside. 100 degrees. I'm talking with my hands. Apparently, you're not supposed to talk with your hands, from what I was told. Anyway, you need to get out there. It's 100 degrees. Go watch rodeo in the air condition. That's all I can say.
Yeah, go out there and watch it. It's great family entertainment. They got a lot of things going on. Mutton busting for the kids. They've got the kids fan zone where they've got bounce house, pony rides, rope and dummy.
Yeah,
go out. There's a lot to do. It's worth the price of admission.
So get out there and do it. And with that, let's get to it. Let's get to the bolts and the huevos here. And before we get on to our calls tonight, we got stolen stuff.
What?
Stuff's been stolen stuff, accused stolen stuff. I mean, stuff's going on.
You ready for that first one?
What do you got?
Up in Wichita Falls, a man has been arrested on theft charges in a case that encompasses more than 10 counties in Texas and Oklahoma, 8,000 head of cattle, and outstanding loans of more than $5.8 million.
What?
The arrest is part of an investigation by the Texas and Southwest Cattle Raisers Association. Special Ranger John Bradshaw and Troy McKinney.
All right.
Yeah, apparently the guys borrowed some money and on some cows that may or may not have existed.
Yeah. That happens sometimes. I hear about that and that happens in not only in the livestock market, but in your regular stock market. That stuff happens sometimes.
It does. And if you want to see the whole story, go visit pepperstewart.com, and you can read that full story right there. You don't have to hear my voice talk about it.
That's right. What else you got stolen over there?
Well, it's been a busy week here in Texas. Let's see. We've got in the Panhandle of Texas, there's a report of 3 missing cattle in Gaines County. Somewhere after May 1st, 2018, 3 motley black heifers that could have a white face, weighing approximately 800 pounds each. They are branded with a spear up and a spear down, like drawing an 11 with a spear on top and spear on the bottom.
Like a 69, but an 11.
Yeah.
1169, okay.
Yeah. On the right rib, and a figure 7 on the left hip. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Special Rangers. Sometime between June 2nd and the 18th, 15 cows were stolen from a property near Porter in Wagner County. Taken were 6 Charolais cows between 4 and 6-year-old, 6 Black Angus cows, 3 of which were 2-year-old first calf heifers, and 3 4 to 6-year-old Angus cows, and 3 red limousine cows, approximately 4 to 6 years of age. All the cows are branded on the left hip with a triple T that is stair-stepped and connected.
All right.
Also stolen this week from a property near Abbott in Osage County are 2 unsexed, unbranded, newborn black Brangus cross calves weighing 100 to 300 pounds.
All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just said, you said 2 calves are missing. They don't know what they are. Are they bull calves? Are they heifer calves?
Don't know.
They don't even know what they are, but they do know they're missing.
I'm saying Wile E. Coyote finally got lucky and got him a steak dinner.
That's what happened. No, what? I really doubt somebody, but it happens sometimes. People go out there and walk out to a pasture and snag a baby calf, but 10 times out of 9, it's a coyote pack out there getting some dinner.
Or bobcat or,
yeah.
Panther, mountain lion, anything.
Yeah.
Predators, I'm afraid, got that one.
Yeah, that is generally what happens.
And for that full story, again, visit pepperstewart.com. You can read the full story right there on the internet.
Yes. You got something about a motorcycle horse?
There's a man creates motorcycle sidecar to transport his horse.
All right.
This is an Idaho rancher showed off an unusual method he devised to transport his horse in a homemade motorcycle sidecar. A video on filmed on a road in Shoshone shows Casey Perkins riding his motorcycle while his horse rides next to him in a homemade sidecar. The video filmer, Perkins' wife, said he made the horse sidecar himself. She said, "My husband started this whole deal a little over a year ago when he decided to modify the family van and hauled his horse in it," she wrote. Then inspired his next invention of hauling the horse in a sidecar of a motorcycle. Hey, with the way fuel prices are, that's a smart move. Especially if you're a roper, you only got one horse. You need to hurry up and get the next one. A motorcycle pulling a horse, you're looking at maybe $30, $40 in fuel total for...
Yeah.
You're looking $10 to fill up.
Right.
That's the smart way to go. Guys got something there.
That's the way to do it. That's how you do it. What we're going to do is we're going to get our first guest on the phone right here, and we're going to talk to her and see what's going on way up yonder in New York. All right here on the Pepper Stewart Show, we said we were going to talk to some people today, and that's what we're doing because we've got stuff going on all over the place, and we're talking farming, we're talking TVs, movies, whatever you've got, that's what we're talking about, that's what we do. And right here on the line, we've got one of those that knows a little bit about all of that, and that is Jenny Sauer. Hello, Jenny.
Well, hello. How are you?
Good. What part of the country are you in?
So I am in Winchester, Illinois, and that is about an hour and a half north of St. Louis and 3 hours south of Chicago. So west central Illinois.
Aha. Way up there where it's cold more than I like cold. Okay.
It's not too bad. I mean, now Chicago.
I played
cold.
college football up
Okay.
there. It's not too bad, Pepper.
Okay. All right, so that's where you're living now. I guess we've seen you on the internet, the witty farmer. So, if you want to tell the folks of the world a little bit about your farming background.
Okay, well, I have always farmed, but at varying different degrees throughout life. So my great-grandfather, he started a John Deere dealership, and we actually still live in the same little town. There's only 7 houses. So we're out pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Then my grandfather continued that and sold seed, and my dad, he is full-time just farming, doesn't sell seed and do that other kind of stuff. And I started driving at the age of 10 because we had square bales. So I learned by driving the truck with the trailer. You have to go slow. The bales on the trailer, of course. And throughout college and all the other endeavors that I have done, planting and harvest, I've always helped. But the last 2 years, because I just moved back from Los Angeles about 2 years ago, I now have full-on responsibility. So I thought I knew the, kind of the basics of how farming works. And no, I really didn't. So it's been a very humbling experience, but it was the best decision I've ever made because it's just my dad and me, and we work really well together. We joke. We both have the same temperament, so we know how to deal when somebody gets mad. Oh, it's okay, because I know how they're going to react.
Right.
So, that's a huge plus. And, I know tools. Like, I know what a 10 millimeter, like what that size is when I look at something now. That's awesome. So, that's the quick version of my farming history.
Now growing up like that, when you went out to you've done some acting, you've done some modeling, you were a fitness trainer for a while, TVs, movies, commercials, all that. When you tell people that you're a farmer, what kind of response do you get in that Hollywood world?
It's a very complex, contorted facial expression, followed by, really? Well, you don't look like a farmer. Well, okay, sorry to burst your bubble, but yeah, that's what I am. So, yeah, that's usually what it is. It's disbelief. So, yeah, they have the stereotypical picture of somebody chewing straw and wearing plaid and overalls and a big hat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're pretty unaware.
Now, you did spend time in the movie world. What was it that kind of got you to go that route and to give that a shot and do some TV and acting and modeling and stuff like that?
Well, it's kind of a shot in the dark. I have never acted before, ever. I was a biology major and I did science and all that kind of stuff, but I was never theatrical. And it wasn't until I was living in Chicago. I went to the University of Illinois in Chicago for a year. I went to a few different colleges. I like to travel. So, but I finished and graduated with honors in biology. And anyway, when I was in Chicago, that's when the modeling stuff kind of happened. And I just wanted to make a little extra money. And I did promotional modeling. So, did that. I mean, it was kind of fun, but I'm 5'8", and I am probably 90% German buildup. I am not meant to be skinny. But our family, like, we are generally actually very in shape. But, yeah, it was pretty hard to be scrawny, because that's not how I'm built. So I just kind of let that go. And so I did live in Dallas. I was a private Pilates fitness instructor there in Highland Park and Texas Club. Mm-hmm. And let's see, did spinning and all that stuff, and then went to Little Rock, did research, moved to Oklahoma City, was a fitness coordinator. While I was there, I thought, well, okay, I'm just going to try it and see what happens, because it's similar to the modeling world. What the hell? Went out there, and it worked. Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't go out there thinking, of course, everybody's like, you want to be the next big thing. Right. But I'm very realistic, and I like to take calculated risks. So I'm very business and creative, I guess. So I thought I was more business, and then I find, I am actually kind of creative, but I didn't realize that until I went out there.
Well, speaking of creative, didn't you do some scientific publication? Yes. So when I was in Little Rock, Arkansas, I worked at the University of Arkansas there. It was a medical school. And I actually lived in the dorms next to the school and the hospital. And UAMS, I guess is what it was. And I worked in a lab of about, I think there were maybe 12 of us. And we studied the correlation between the immune system and the eye. So we gave rats uveal melanoma. And, I got to put them under a cake dish and, say, hey, thank you, but you're going to have to die now. So they were very good in getting us published. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad, but so whatever. It worked. And, so we found some proteins and found the correlation between your immune response, because it was thought in the eye it was different than, like, if you scratched your arm. Right. So it follows the same route, and wasn't published for this one, but I was working on this whenever I left. Honey does actually help increase the healing rate. So if you cut yourself and you put some honey, like real honey on it, yeah, it actually helps you heal faster. We have to try that. Yeah. Because I do a lot of, I fix a lot of fence. Yeah. Well, I do a lot of fence. I work on a lot of fence, and that barbed wire fence cuts me all the time. Oh, you get some good ones. Oh, yeah. Well, do you have good gloves? I do, but it gets my arms, everything else, and I look like I've been in a fight with a cat. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that has happened to me on occasion, fixing fence. Now, you're doing all the, got a lot of farm work going on and stuff right now. Now, when you're not out there on the farm in the tractor, turning dirt and stuff like that, what do you find yourself doing in your downtime when you just want to kick back and relax? Well, I don't really kick back and relax, I guess. Dad always has jobs to do. So there's never really any downtime. Now, for instance, it just rained, so we actually got to eat earlier. So it was nice. But, Dad, whenever my grandfather passed away, Dad was by himself. And we don't have a really, really small operation, but we aren't, 10,000 acres. We're not one of those people. But there's a lot of work, and we have cattle. We have Black Angus. And Dad was by himself for about 5 or 6 years. And he was able to do all the basics and what was required. I guess necessities is a better way to put it. But he couldn't do fun stuff and just take care of things in general. And so now we're kind of getting back to the point of being organized and clean, and nothing was dilapidated by any means, but just kind of getting it back to being spruced up and, just nice. So I don't think I'm going to have any downtime for probably about 5 years.
But no, in August, I'm going to go back out to California for a couple weeks, and still got somebody that I'm dating out there in Rodeo Beach, and so I go back and forth. Still have a lot of friends out there and everything, and going to be filming something the end of July, and in fall in Georgia there's going to be some filming. So it's not gone, but farming is my passion. Acting, I guess, would be a hobby.
Right. Okay. Now, what about? I know you have to have TV up there. A lot of people tell us they don't have TV. I know you got TV up there, so you got to have.
How can you not have TV?
You would be surprised how many people I talk to, and when I ask them this question, they tell me they don't even have a TV, and I'm like, really? You've got a TV. This is 2018.
Blasphemy.
You have.
Yeah, that's horrible.
You have TV. So, what is your guilty pleasure TV show that you watch that you don't want to tell anybody you watch?
Oh, I'll tell you, because I really don't care. I have a lot of guilty pleasure shows. My mom and I, we actually watch quite a bit of trash, and we enjoy it. But The Real Housewives, that on Bravo is like Beverly Hills, New York. We don't watch Atlanta and Potomac, but New Jersey, yeah. So that whole thing, we really enjoy that. And there's one that we just started watching, Marriage Boot Camp. Oh, man, that is so good. It's so trashy, but it's so entertaining. So it's really, really good. And we actually just started watching Yellowstone. Have you started watching that? With Kevin Costner?
Well, it's funny you say that because I would watch. Somebody was doing a review of it today, that second episode, and I was watching the review, and they were talking about it. So I was like, well, I forgot it was coming on because we talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago, and I forgot that it started. So I went online, I found it on the internet earlier today, and started watching it. I got 20 minutes in, and I turned it off. So I'm gonna have to go back and see what happened, but I got past the part. If you guys out there, if you hadn't watched it yet, I'm gonna spoil the first half, but oh well. Okay, so I watched this kid go out there and rope this wild Mustang. Okay, wild Mustang. He ropes it. And it doesn't show him how he got it in the trailer, but apparently he got it in the enclosed trailer. Drives it home while it's kicking the side of the trailer. He drives it home, probably 20, 30-minute drive. Gets there, unloads this horse, this wild stallion with a halter on, and backs him out of the trailer. I'm like, that's it. I just turned it off. So I don't know what happened after that.
Yes, okay. That is the most extreme, like, non-real kind of part. But it's actually really good. So continue.
Okay, so I can keep watching.
There's, like, birthing a cow and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, it's actually a very good story.
Well, I heard about that. I heard about that on the review, too. The review I was watching. And the lady said that they went and they birthed this cow all backwards and then left the puller out there and wherever they were at. So I've got to go watch this now and find out what happened.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, the basics of it's actually pretty good acting and whatever, but it's kind of nice because there's not a whole lot of TV like that on now. Okay. And so, yes, it is still Hollywood. It is not ever going to be exactly how it is in the real world.
Well, I'll tell you this. I got a funny story on that on the Hollywood part. Okay, we're here in Dallas, and I was on season 4 of Dallas when they were filming here. I did some stuff for Dallas here, and there was an episode, and I tried to explain to them what they were doing, and they didn't want to hear it. But there's an episode of Dallas when they had the new cast here, and they had a round bell. There was a round bell ring out in this pasture, and they had them back the truck up to it, and they're taking square bells and throwing them into the round bell ring to feed the cows.
What?
I was like, that's not how any of this works, guys. Yes, that happened.
Oh. Oh, that's kind of nonsensical.
Yeah, I was like, that's not how any of this works. But, yeah.
Yeah, because the project that I'll be filming, I have this really good friend, Kevin Ironess, and he's the director in Chicago and stuff. And so I've had this idea for kind of a spec commercial, and it will be showing exactly pretty much how it is. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I can't go too far into it, unfortunately, give too much away, but it deals with farming and actually being more like, hey, this is how it is, people who live in cities and have no idea how it works.
Right. And I've started watching Dr. Pole here recently. If you haven't watched that,
okay, I've just seen an episode, but
yeah, I've started watching that, and that's pretty good because they're showing what's, they're a vet clinic, and they show both sides of it.
yeah, they show everything.
Yeah, that stuff happens. Everything happens. This is how it works out in the and that's I like it because of that. But then sometimes I'm like, I'm trying to eat here. I don't want to see this dog with a
like birthing a cow. That
right.
is not something you want to see while you're eating, or if you're hungry, you will not be hungry afterwards.
Yeah, don't eat during Dr. Pole unless you're on a diet. Then watch that while you're eating, and that'll work perfect.
Yeah, but that's so Yellowstone's a newer show, but I think Housewives is probably the biggest guilty pleasure. That would be my guess, but
okay.
I watch a lot of TV. And if you don't watch TV, your life has to be very boring.
That's my problem. We watch so many different shows. We've got so much stuff. We had to upgrade our DVR system where we can record like 4 or 5 shows at one time because there's so much stuff we watch. You can't watch it all at the same time. So,
no, and it's nice to breeze through the commercials.
Oh yes.
If you got a slow day, whenever it rains, hey, you can sit there and catch up on some shows.
Go watch some TV.
Nice.
Now what about this? We did some research actually today when we found all this information out. We had no idea what was going on until like a couple hours ago. But anyway, snickering out loud, what is that all about?
Oh, the book. Well, that is my book. I have so many funny stories and with my dating experiences because I have lived in a lot of different cities, and it's just been very entertaining one after another. And they've just been, some of them are first-time dates and maybe second dates or whatever. But whenever I moved out to California the first time, I was probably about 8.5 years ago, I got onto Match.com because I didn't know anybody when I moved there. Now, granted, it was probably putting off me wrong. I wasn't looking to actually date anybody. I was just looking to meet people. And it worked out. It was great because I did end up meeting, their extended group of friends and all that kind of stuff and whatever. And that's how I actually met the guy I'm currently seeing. Mm-hmm. And anyway, those people out there, it's just unbelievable. So, I mean, there are some very serious things, I guess, that have happened, but I am not very serious all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm not a practical joker by any means, but right. I'm very sarcastic, and I like to look at the humor side of things. So that's what it is, and it's giving my experiences and everything and putting my humor to it and giving it, a lighter reading. Yeah. But it's not, very serious. But it's entertaining, and actually I've had a lot of guys that have bought it and read it. It's very easy to read. It's in sequential order because I'm not a very flowery, emotionally sensitive person. So it's very concise. Right. And they said, yeah, it's like reading a magazine. I'm like, well, great. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. So it's easy, entertaining reading. And that's how it started. Like, the laugh out loud kind of thing. Well, I do chuckling out loud or snickering out loud because the LOL, I don't use that very often because I tell people who use it all the time, like, did you actually laugh out loud? Okay,
right.
Don't put that.
Yeah.
Are you uncomfortable and you just want to laugh out loud because you don't know what else to say? Just don't even put it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's where snickering out loud came from. And, it'll hopefully, it'll make somebody snicker. But, it was, that's what that is.
Oh, man, I don't know. Everybody trying to call in at the same time. So many people watching, they want to call in. I guess trying to call and ask questions. I don't know. But
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the sound was.
yeah, that's what it is. You got all these people watching because we do we got the live sneak peek people see, and then they see the actual episode that runs the following week after the taping. So we've got people that's been watching live for years, and they always want to try to call and ask dumb questions. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, Jenny. With that, we'll let you get back to it. I'm sure your dad's got some work for you to do before it gets dark. And
well, it's already pretty dark, but I have some more eating to do.
There you go. That's always good to do. Now. What are you eating, by the way? You eating more brats?
Yeah. So I actually, we got some brats. So I just had one of those and got our mixed veggies. I'm growing some sweet corn, so I'm excited for that to be ready in about a month. And just go in the backyard and pick sweet corn.
So what?
It's awesome.
So that brings us to our $1 million question that we always ask. Now that you brought it up, you're eating brats. Are you putting mustard or ketchup on that brat?
Ketchup.
Ketchup. Okay.
Yep.
Ketchup. Okay. Another ketchup eater.
But you don't put ketchup on a Chicago hot dog, though.
You don't put ketchup on anything?
Chicago hot dog, you do not put ketchup on it.
No? Okay. I've never been to Chicago, so I'm going to write that down. So in case I go, I will not offend them by putting ketchup on their hot dog.
They will probably yell at you and tell you that you are completely wrong. And no.
They do that to
and
me
you have
anyway.
to have deep dish. Have you ever had deep dish?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm gonna have to.
You haven't lived. Yes.
I'm going to
You
have
got to
to.
get some deep dish. Awesome.
I'll do that.
My favorite is Giordano's, but yeah.
Okay. People stop. Okay. All right, Jenny, we're going to let you get back to it before we blow your ears out. We appreciate you visiting with us, and we will send folks your way. Let them check out the book and see what they think. And other than that, we'll have fun farming.
Okay, well, thank you for inviting me, and it was my pleasure. So I appreciate it, and you guys have a good one.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right, that right there was Jenny Sauer right there talking about stuff. If you haven't looked up her book, go look it up and check it out. There's some good stuff in there. You can get it on her website, which is jennysauers.com. Check it out, look it up. There's some good stuff right there. All right, and we did tell you right here on the Pepper Stewart Show, we were talking to people all over today, and this time we're going further north, and right here on the line, we do have Cassandra Seienfeld. Hello, Cassandra. What is going on way up? You're up in New York?
I am, Pepper. Actually, we're having some crazy weather here in New York City, but it's all good, and getting ready for a hot summertime.
And what's it like there? Did you grow up in New York, or you just live there, or?
I actually did grow up in New York, born and raised, native New Yorker. I did live in Japan, North Carolina, and in Europe for some time.
Okay. And there's a Stewart Hotel in New York. I see it on the internet, but I've never been there.
Is that the Stewart? I don't think I've been there either.
I've seen it on
but I'm going to have to go now.
I've seen it on the fancy internet. So I'm going
to have to look it up too.
I got to check it out. Now, what a lot of people don't know, we talked to someone up there in New York before, a couple of years ago, and we were kind of surprised to know, and others were surprised to know, that there are actual farms in New York.
Yes, there are. I mean, we have tons of fabulous farms in upstate New York, Long Island, which extends out to the fork of the eastern end and goes all the way out to Montauk. A lot of the incredible equestrian events that we have are on the fork of Long Island in New York, and it's quite celebrated. We have hunter-jumper divisions, and everyone from my little humble self to Georgina Bloomberg shows there to our United States equestrian team.
Now, speaking of equestrian, you've got a little bit of a background in equestrian. What is that? What do you do with that?
I ride hunter jumpers, and I am a supporter of equestrian-based organizations long-term caring for, and in a very brief period, breeding horses. So I primarily ride hunter jumpers and show in the amateur owner hunter jumper divisions from New York down to Wellington, Florida.
Okay. I watch. It may sound weird. We run cattle and raise horses, and from the ranching end of it. But I watch every time it's on TV and they have the jumping and the equestrian competition. I watch it. I'm fascinated with that because there's no way I could sit on that English saddle and jump. I would fall off. I would fall on my face.
I agree with you, Pepper. I mean, I don't know how they ride that little postage stamp saddle. And that's the best way I can describe it as a postage stamp.
They try to make the saddles as comfortable as possible.
Yeah. But I like watching. I think it's great. I like to watch them go and do the jumps and everything. I mean, every time it's on TV, I try to catch that.
Yes, it's a wonderful sport. It's a wonderful sport to see wonderful riders in unison with such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creatures, the horses. And
that's the thing. It looks so smooth and looks so easy. I mean, they just flow together.
Those are the great riders. Those are honestly, you have to give such great commendation for such incredible riders who have fabulous mounts. Because it's really about the marriage between the horse and the rider that makes it look so fluid and so seamless. Because honestly, I've had many a time which I had involuntary dismounts.
Involuntary.
Does not look so good.
Uh-huh.
And likewise with rodeos. Oh my goodness, rodeos and ranching. I did some ranching in North Carolina. You guys make that look really amazing and easy too. So hats off to you.
And it's not. Oh, it's not so easy.
No, it's not.
But
and a lot of involuntary dismounts.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Well, I rescue horses, and I've had a lot of involuntary dismounts.
I can imagine. I worked with rescuing horses here in New York and then in Virginia, and what a noble, noble, noble cause.
Now, you do some acting as well. Kind of what?
Just a tiny bit on the side.
Now, well, what about that? What attracted you to the acting? Is to make you think, what? I want to give that a shot and see what happens.
You know what? That's a terrific question. It's a very good question. It's making me reflect quite a bit right now. I would say that I started as a model, and I had an incredible experience modeling here and in Europe and in Japan, Asia, and it was lovely. It was wonderful. I'm really grateful for that experience, but it just wasn't gratifying. There was still something kind of missing. And one day I was in an audition, which someone sort of nudged me to go to, and I said, well, why don't you just give it a go? Why don't you try acting? I thought, oh my God, that's more terrifying than modeling, walking down a runway or, having a perfect smile with a perfect body. And I thought, well, why not? I mean, what have I got to lose? So I tried it, and I actually booked the job. And I thought, okay, this is a great confidence booster. And I just sort of ran with it. And then I studied acting at Columbia University, and I've loved it ever since.
Now, everybody has their own style from, in and out of the camera. How would you describe your acting style?
That's like the best. I don't know, the crazy Cassandra? I don't know. I mean, I love incredible divas and ingenues like Betty Davis and Kate Blanchett. I just think is magnificent, and of course Meryl Streep. So I try to emulate or take something from all of those incredible divas that I've seen before on the screen, and I don't know, give it my own spin. So I don't know if that's really a style, but it's a little bit of me plus everything that I've seen and tried to, I hate to say the word emulate, but try to do something like, because they do such incredible work.
Okay. Now, in your acting career, what would you say is your greatest achievement so far as an actress?
Oh, I have to say, I haven't had that yet. But if I had to say there was something that I was incredibly proud of, I would say it's everything that I've ever done, because everything is a wonderful opportunity to explore, to find new things about yourself in these characters that these incredible writers make, and that you get to share with them and bring to life with great directors and great crews. But I have an upcoming film which is entitled Joyce, and it's an indie film about a Filipino nanny who is navigating incredible circumstances here in New York City as she tries to hold on to her job, get paid from her employers, and deal with responsibilities back in the Philippines. And it is a very powerful story told from the perspective of the nanny, which is innovative and wonderfully gratifying in that it speaks from her voice versus a second voice or a secondary. And I would say right now that is at the top of my list. And I'm also working on a lead in another film, which will start filming in exactly a month from today, and it's entitled War and Peace, which is written and directed by an incredible woman, Victoria King, and that's about a woman who is suffering a nervous breakdown after experiencing a stillborn child. So it's about 3 successful women from all different walks of life, where each woman is dealing with incredible troubles in their own life, and they're just searching for peace and solace and healing, and then they find an unexpected bond with each other of womanhood while undergoing therapy. So it's kind of like, a little bit very contemporary, but dealing with extenuating circumstances and issues that have been sort of plaguing identities. Okay. So it's quite strong.
Sounds like you got a great career going on and some interesting films coming up. What do you do for charity work? Or do you have a favorite charity?
I do a lot. I do a lot. I have one charity that I am global ambassador to on the advisory board, and we're having our third global summit in San Diego in October. And we have been focusing for the past few years on human trafficking with the University of California, San Diego, UCSD. And we bring awareness to many organizations within the U.S., and we deal primarily with victims in the U.S. in finding shelter, monetary support, emotional support, doctors, facilities that can help these young people, and I do mean young people. We had a victim last year as young as 6 years old, to adults who need to re-enter society and deal with the tragedy that has fallen upon them as a result of being victims from human trafficking, which was no fault of their own.
That's such a horrible crime to happen, and
it really is.
It's a great charity you're doing work with.
It's an incredible organization, Women for Empowerment. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's great what you're doing, with that charity to help these people. That's just unspeakable what happens to them.
And that's what I was about to bring up.
Unconscionable.
And that's what I was about to get to that point, of the organization you work with, the Women for Empowerment.
Yes, that is particularly why I became very involved with Women for Empowerment. It is incredible what our founder has done, and her name is Naila Chowdhury, and she is phenomenal. She is one of the most selfless people that I have ever met in my life, and she just gives and gives and gives. I've never seen such compassion and such caring and want to correct such incredible, heinous crimes. And she just keeps doing it. She's amazing. I think she's like the modern-day Mother Teresa, and she's one of my mentors.
That's great work that y'all are doing and helping out with the with the women and those, and That's always good work. You know, a lot of people don't do enough with charities. You know, a lot of people complain about what's going on, but then they don't want to get involved. And that's what's great is the people that actually get involved and get out there and make a difference.
I agree. I think that a lot of times, people don't have a lot of time, and I think they have great intentions to do something, but, timing-wise, you're always kind of struggling and juggling with a really incredible schedule or a really incredible family schedule and balancing those. And then, of course, there's rest time, right?
Yes.
So there are only so many hours in a day, so we all try to do the best that we can, but in a unified vision of oneness and unity of community, we just can only try to do the best that we can. And it could be a gesture, that makes a difference, that gives something to us to help us, continue to build. And I would say one of the areas where we could use a lot of help is just in spreading the word, getting it out there, because we're not everywhere. We try to be, but word of mouth is one of the most powerful forms of communication and advertisement that there is, and it doesn't cost anything.
Nope.
And it doesn't take much time.
Right. And
so please help us spread the word.
And that's what we do. We put the things out there, for the people. When I ran across that and I read that, I was like, you know what? We've got to talk to her because that's people didn't know about this stuff. And that's kind of what we want to do and get it out there to the people, let them know about the different things going on and how they can get involved, how they can help out. And so we really appreciate you, Cassandra, taking your time out of your day to visit with us and tell us a little bit about you.
I appreciate you so much.
And what you do. So we'll send the folks your way. They can look you up at CassandraSeienfeld.com and check out the different organization things you work with and see what they can do to help further spread the word. And with that, we appreciate you visiting with us, and we'll see you down the road.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. I'd love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
And like she said, time's a deal, and that's what I tell people. When time comes up, and I've talked to people about when they talk to me about going to exercise and losing weight or doing this or doing that. I just say, look, here's the deal. If it's important to you, you will find a way. If it's not, you're going to find an excuse. If you want to do it, you will do it because you'll find a way to make it happen. If you don't, then you're going to find an excuse. It's with anything, and that's like we were talking with her is. All these people complaining about all the stuff going on in the world. Well, sitting there complaining about it, go do something about it. Don't
action.
Just complain about it. Do it.
Yeah.
Just like everybody, every time something happens, everybody's like, I'm going to send my thoughts and prayers. Okay. Send me a truckload of thoughts and prayers or a truckload of, bottled water after a hurricane. Which one's going to do more good?
The bottled water.
Right. So
thought and prayers do help.
But the actions, you got to do it.
And not everyone can afford to, send a case of bottled water in some instance, but you can do some little something. You can go help load that truck.
Right.
There's a lot you can do that doesn't cost any money. It may just cost time. And that's just kind of part of what it is. You've got to give time. It doesn't always have to be money. Give time.
Right.
Help something out somewhere, some way to make this world a better place.
That's it. Like I say, time is money. If you ain't got the money, you got the time. If you ain't got the time, you got the money. One or the other, you can do something about it. Speaking of doing something about it, what do you have going on over there?
Man, we've got a lot going on over here. We got the cow-calf corner.
Let's do that. Throw down some. Let's get back into some cow stuff.
All right.
Do some cow stuff. Yeah, jump back into the cow-calf corner. Let's talk about that, and then let's find out what's eating everybody's legs.
All right, we'll do the cow-calf corner first here. Well, the June 1st cattle on feed report showed feedlot inventory of about 11.553 million head of cattle in feedlots of more than 1,000 head capacity. This is the largest June 1st feedlot inventory in the data series that began in 1996. It's the 18th straight month of year-over-year increase And in fact, the feedlot inventories have been increasing year over year for 26 of the last 28 months, using 12 months moving average of feedlot inventories. This shows that the current monthly average feedlot inventory is the highest since November of 2012. Now we're going to talk about monitoring the mineral intake closely during summer months, and this is real key for horses and cattle. Is you really need to watch their salt intake and other minerals as they get depleted by sweat. Summer often becomes a busy time of the year for ranchers, especially during haying season. Don't forget to check mineral feeders or blocks to be certain they are supplying the minerals that your cows need. In some cases, medications may be recommended by your veterinarian to be included in the mineral mix. Cow-calf operators will want to monitor mineral consumption closely to be certain that the label recommended amounts are being consumed by your cattle. Now, on to placement of mineral feeders and blocks can aid in achieving optimal mineral intake. Place them in areas where cattle spend a lot of time, i.e., by your hay bales, by your water troughs. Those are some really good places. A good rule of thumb is to provide one mineral feeding station for every 30 to 50 head of cattle. Check your feeders at least once a week to keep clean, fresh supply of mineral present at all times.
Yeah, because that's like our, we put our mineral stuff out. Our mineral tubs, and protein tubs. We put ours out by the pool because they're going to go out there and they're going to drink. Mm-hmm. They're going to go out there and drink, and what they're going to do is they're going to go out there after they're going to get eaten. They're going to walk out to the water. They're going to get a drink. They're going to lick on that tub, or they're going to go finish eating, lick on that tub, and then go to the water. Mm-hmm. So you got to have it positioned by the water, and that's something they talk about. If you go to like Texas Southwestern Cattlery Association or your different local co-op group outings, they'll have their people come in and talk to you about stuff, and that's what they'll tell you. To get the most out of your mineral and out of your supplement is all on positioning. Mm-hmm. If you don't put it if you put it in the wrong place, they're not going to use it.
Right.
If you put it in the wrong place, they're not going to use it. If you got somewhere where you use it too much and not balancing it out, then it's not going to work. So you've got to place it.
You've got to get a good placement. I've always found for me between the hay and the water.
Yep.
Is the best place for me to balance it out and put it where they can get to it.
That's the best way to do it. What do you have? We've got something over here. Where they're rich. They just got rich. I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody pulled a prank and decided to do a money scheme, or this really happened. I don't know, but something about some fat, not fat cats, but fat rats. I don't know. What do you?
Well, we've got some rats that got into an ATM, apparently. Supposedly.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Did the rats eat the money, or somebody took them?
I wonder if they're well trained. I don't know. But here, you can read the story again on pepperstewart.com, but here's what we've got. Police in Indiana said a rat was to blame.
And where? And where?
In India.
Oh.
A rat was blamed in India for destroying about $20,000 worth of currency inside a state-run bank's ATM. Tinsukia police officials stated that the Bank of India branch contacted investigators this month to report these are in rupees, so 12.38 thousands of rupees, which is nearly 20,000 US dollars, had been found shredded inside an ATM on the outskirts of town.
All right, well, hang on a second. Before you finish, I've got the news story out here. We're looking at the news stories you're talking. I'm not going to play all the audio because I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to play a little bit just so you can get get the gist of India news.
बैंकों में धक्के खाने पड़े थे। ये उन नोटों की दुर्दशा है जिसके जरिए सरकार ने देश की अर्थव्यवस्था की दशा सुधारने का दावा किया था। 2000 के नोटों की दुर्दशा की ये तस्वीरें सोशल मीडिया पर धड़ल्ले से घूम रही हैं। इन तस्वीरों को दिखाकर दावा किया जा रहा है कि एटीएम के भीतर नोटों का ये हाल चूहों ने किया है। दावा ये भी है कि ये तस्वीरें असम के तिनसुकिया की हैं, जहां चूहों ने स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के एटीएम में घुसकर नोटों का ये हाल किया है। वायरल तस्वीर में दावा ये भी है कि एटीएम में 12 लाख की रकम।
What do you got?
All right. I'm going to try to do it with as much emphasis. We got any Brat Girl music?
Not like that, I don't. I was like, wow, they throw it down in the India newscast.
The police said the ATM had been broken down since May 20th for what was thought to be a technical problem. But the technicians did not attempt to fix until June 11th, and the shredded cash was reported to investigators on June 14th. Investigators said the cause of the shredded cash was revealed when a rat carcass was found among the destroyed banknotes. Police said rat may have entered the machine through a small opening meant for wires, and no foul play on the part of humans is suspected. Back to you in Bangladesh.
Too bad it's not in Bangkok.
Well, we've got a bad problem going on, Pepper. Have you heard about it?
Which one?
It's really bad.
Tell me about it.
Entomologists have been seeing a seasonal spike.
A spike in what?
In chiggers.
Can you say that?
Chiggers.
Okay.
Chiggers.
Chiggers, okay.
Anyone venturing into the great outdoors this summer in Texas should be ready for chiggers. That's the message from Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service entomologist Dr. Mike Merchant in Dallas. If my phone calls are any indication, this appears to be a whopping chigger season. He said, adding, the unseasonably high temperatures and humidity during June have likely produced perfect conditions for chigger reproduction.
All right, go
Pepper,
ahead.
quit. You're killing me here. I'm trying to be serious and be newsy. And reproduction in higher populations in time for summer. These nearly microscopic mites climb up a person's leg, leaving red, itchy bites as high as the armpits, and usually concentrate near sensitive skin areas around the waistline. Bites are itchy for a few days and take up to 2 weeks to disappear. They're my personal worst nightmare, Merchant said. The only good thing I can say about chiggers is that, as far as we know, they don't carry disease. Bramble patches, woods, and grassy fields are the most common places to encounter chiggers. But the pest can propose a threat even in manicured lawns under the right conditions. See, it'll even get the rich folks.
Yeah.
Not just us. It'll get the rich ones.
Them chiggers will get you if you're not careful.
You got to watch them chiggers now. He recommends wearing long pants, tucking pant legs into socks, and using repellent with DEET on shoes and socks. And if practical, quick showers after possible exposure to chiggers. Wash them chiggers right out of my hair.
They're bad. I noticed it because when I go out and feed, when I go out and feed, I notice them suckers. And that's why I was telling the boy the other day, he's out there cutting the grass. And I was like, he was out there cutting grass in shorts. I said, he has the pants on. Mm-hmm. And he's got all them dots. I said, that's what them. I said, that's what happened. He went out in the yard, and you got attacked by a bunch of chiggers. So you got to be careful.
And those chiggers will attack anywhere.
Almost like they'll knife you.
Mm-hmm.
Or shoot. They may gun you. I don't know. Depending on what part of the town you're at. But, yeah, it's bad out there.
Yeah, and they're no laughing and joking matter, even though we joked about them here.
You scratch forever. You will scratch for so long. I don't know if they have that up north. We should have asked
one of our two guests,
Jenny from the farm, or Cassandra from Nueva York.
I don't think they have chiggers up there, at least not the size we have down here.
I'm gonna have to watch the news and find out. How about this? A girl who tossed a message in a bottle.
In a bottle.
Is there a song about that? In the water in the English beach, received a reply saying the message traveled 2,915 miles to Canada. Alexis Smith was visiting Coden Beach in October 2016 with her mother, sister, 3 brothers, which I don't know why that's all relevant, when they tossed the message in the bottle into the water with their contact information. Smith is now a 12-year-old, received a reply last week in the form of a letter postmarked from Canada. The letter's author said that she found the bottle in Halifax, Nova Scotia, about 2,919 miles from Coden Beach. The lady in Canada written back, and it had Alexa's original message in the envelope. She wrote this letter saying, "I hope you have half as much as adventure as this message did." Now, the woman did not include her own contact information so the family could thank her. So she just sent it back. She's like, "I found it. I'm sending it back." And didn't say who she is. So nobody knows where it went. Other than that, don't know who it was.
That's kind of mean. They could have been great pen pals.
Right. There you
Message
go.
in the bottle pals.
You know, back in the 90s when I was in school, they had pen pals.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have pen pals in school. We used to write, when we were down south, we used to write to the kids in Dallas.
Yeah.
They never wrote back. All right. And see, the Florida, also, not only did that happen, a Florida charter boat captain discovered a message in a bottle earlier this month off of Cape Canaveral.
Another one.
Yes. The captain, Captain Tyler, almost kind of like Captain Stabbin', he fired up his fishing charters and said that the heart-shaped bottle contained a handwritten lyrics to Jim Croc's Time in a Bottle, along with a personalized message from Emily to Rory. The message in the bottle was dated February 14, 2006, but didn't offer any contact information on that.
What about this flamingo in Texas, Pepper?
This flamingo, this is crazy. Wildlife officials said that a flamingo that escaped from the Kansas Zoo in 2005, all right, 2005, this flamingo escaped, has been spotted in Texas. Texas Parks and Wildlife tweeted a picture from an intern surveying bird species near Lavaca Bay. And the photo shows number 292, the flamingo that escaped from Kansas City's Sedgwick County Zoo in 2005, been spotted several different states since flying the coop. This flamingo was born in Tanzania and lived their time in South Africa before becoming one of 39 flamingos shipped to Kansas Zoo in 2004. The flamingo's wings were never clipped, allowing her to fly to freedom before officials were able to name it or even determine the sex. She got a rogue trans? I don't know. They don't know what she is. Is she a trans flamingo? Apparently that's a thing. The bird was previously spotted in 2013, and the sighting has also been confirmed in states including Louisiana and Wisconsin. The flamingo is believed to be about 23 years old, but experts said that it could live to be 50.
Dang.
That's old for a flamingo.
Yes, it is.
I'm guessing that's why you put pink ones out in the yard.
I guess so. Track them. So, what about this donut that was stolen?
Man, this donut. Oh, I had a video somewhere of that. Let's see if I can find
There's
it.
always the hamburglar. Now, who's the donut thief?
Well,
how did they steal it with all the police there at the donut shops?
Well, I've got a video of this. I don't think I can pull it up right now. It's not one to pull up, but it was in Alaska. Police in Alaska shared a video of a squirrel running through the station's parking lot with a donut stolen from an officer. This is
the day the squirrel went berserk.
That's right. At the Anchorage Police Department. They posted a video to Facebook showing the squirrel fleeing through the parking lot filled with police cruisers while carrying the donut in his mouth. An officer followed the squirrel while he was filming, but the squirrel noticed and took off. He's on the run. He's not getting arrested. You're not going to arrest this squirrel for taking that donut. He's on the run. He's gone. So they're saying, he stole a perfectly good donut from a cop. That's a straight up felony right there.
That's
also
assaulting
rude.
a police officer,
Right.
too.
It's also, they said not only is it a felony, it's rude to steal from a police officer to take their donut. So
That's just mean.
that's what happened. That's what's going on. Stuff happened.
Hey, there could be a remake of the song The Squirrel Went Berserk.
There's going to have to be now. He went to Berserk in Anchorage, Alaska.
It'll be a number 2.
Yeah. That's what they're going to do. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get out of here.
Is it that time already?
It's way past that time, so we're on to the next one.
Man, we didn't get any bucking fitness.
We didn't, but we'll get it on the next one. Richard Stevens right there. Look him up on Facebook. Richard Stevens, Second Chance Performance Horses. Go look it up, like it, see what's going on, what he's doing.
Like it. Give me some love.
With his horses.
Buy a horse.
Yeah, there you go.
Save a horse.
Do something with a horse. Well, don't do that. I saw that video one time. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't. This isn't Boys Town.
No. But everything else going on, where we're at, what's going on, what happened, all the information that you need, cattle reports, cell barn reports, all that good stuff, pepperstewart.com. Look it up.